Hello world, today I'll tell you about fights and violence in pretrial detention center. If you are a reasonable person, you don't panic, don't shout, don't mock, and the most important thing, that you don't flaunt your rights among another prisoners. And you keep yourself and space around you clean, then no one will hit you or beat you for no reason. Yes, fights did happen, but they were all provoked. Just imagine such an acidic concentrate of strained nerves, shattered hopes, and bitter resentment towards the whole world. Got it? And now, multiplied by 50, 60 people, it's important to emphasize women. And all of this is in cell size of a canary cage. You've seen the photo in my previous video. And this atmosphere where even the healthiest person would start to get nervous and gone crazy, because plus for all of this, always noise. You remember, always loud noise from every corner 24 hours a day. Most of the brawls happened against the backdrop of everyday life, gossips and intrigue. And this is the great absurdity, is still incomprehensible to me. A person is in prison, has a case pending, and needs to fight for their term in every possible way, to get less sentence, to fight for his life. But instead of doing that, they weave internal intrigues, spread rumors, and the funniest thing, make friends against someone. Can you imagine, like, let's be friends against that one? That's funny thing, but in fact, when you are there, it's not so funny. Maybe it's just the nature of people themselves, and they just can't live without it. But to all those around them, they're masters at getting on one's nerves. A kind of energetic vampires who create a prison within a prison. And sometimes when shouting started, you could say that why you started to do prison in prison, and it says everything in that, like, you are a prisoner and you make prison in prison. And there were also individuals who had no regard for hygiene or clean lines before entering the prison. For them, words were just empty sounds, like you smell, could you get to shower, take a shower? But it was just words for them. And there was a proverb. It sounds like wash the plate and spoon. To be dirty is not cool. In Russian, plate in prison called SHLENKA, and it's an ordinary bowl made of aluminium, and the spoon called VESLO. VESLO, that translation is a paddle. So there is a separate story about two girls, one from Nigeria and the other from Congo. The latter pretended not to understand us and only knew French. She said that she knows only French, but later we found out that she understood more than enough in Russian and in English too. And she ended up in prison in her 6 months of pregnancy. I spoke English with a Nigerian girl, and she felt it was her duty to help the girl from Congo, like she was her compatriot, and she shared everything with her, cleaned up to her, and when the Congo girl has to clean room, she she have done it for her. But she tried to explain the girl from Congo, the rules of the place, and at some point they had a falling out. It happened of nowhere, over some little thing. Apparently, the Nigerian girl had enough of the cold treatment without any return from her compatriot, and she wasn't weaving intrigues. She was settling things right away, just right now. And the Nigerian girl said that she could hit pregnant women on the legs, but fortunately, it didn't come to that, and we managed to calm her down. But I think it's better way to get things right away right now than to make this weave intrigues. And then in prison I understood that time is the best ruler for everything, and if the person is so how to say, it's just like person could make weave intrigues, everything will be on places by time, and everything will be good for sure. To my misfortune, I have an intolerable allergy to two-faced people, and so all my sarcasm and mockery toward them woke up. Let me explain. People who weave intrigues, spread rumors, and make friends against someone remind me of chameleons who change their color depending on their surroundings. And a lot of people there consider themselves pious and righteous. So, but their actions were so far moved from the postulates and value system of the religion that it was like black and white. I couldn't help but laugh at it, which made me more hated by my fellow mates than understood. Yeah, they were normal people, and we're still in touch with them. They have a good life after prison, and everything is well in their life now. The funniest thing was a phrase from one of these Riger's prisoners. She said, "Oh Lord, damn it!" And that says it all. About violence. No one will force you to do anything except to wash your own clothes if you don't do it yourself, because you're stinky, lots of people around you, and person stinks. So how could you can say to this prisoner, just please take a shower, but if it's just noise, for sure you have to deal with it. And it sounds really strange not to ask a person to wash himself, to make him washing, but it was. So the main thing is to talk, to find out, so to speak the root of the evil or animosity towards you. Everything in words you can speak. If you can speak, you will find out what happened and why people so angry with you. Because everything has a cause and effect relationship. And there was no lawlessness during my time in the detention center, and in other rooms too, because I'll tell you a bit for another videos. We could get to sport gym, and that's why I get a lot of people from other cells. I will talk about these paid services as gym and others in the detention center, and how they were skillfully used. A huge thanks to all of you for your support and help. It means a lot to me. Hope to see you soon. Bye.